Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, it's great to meet you. I'm Stella, and today I'll show you how to make this set of miniature sewing supplies for your dolls, and as always, I have free printables to help you make your own version. You'll find everything in the video, so now let's begin. We'll start by making a bunch of thread spools, because you really can't sew without them. Also, they're so incredibly easy to make. First, we'll need a Q-tip, the kind with a paper or plastic stick, not a wooden one. We'll cut the Q-tip so that it's roughly 1 centimeter long. And by the way, don't throw this away, cause spoiler alert, we're gonna use it later on. Then we'll glue a piece of sewing thread to this Q-tip spool. And finally, we'll roll the thread around the spool this way. And yes, I went a bit overboard with these, but they're so addictive to make. Next, we'll print and cut this little label and we'll wrap it around the spool this way. Wasn't that so easy? Now onto something slightly more elaborate, a tiny buttons pack. First, we'll print and cut this part, and I use my selfie, but any printer will do. Just print the design on regular paper and then glue it onto a piece of lightwood cardstock so it's a bit sturdier. Next, we'll cover each printed button with just a tiny dot of white glue or UV resin. I prefer the latter because it cures instantly, and this will give the illusion that the buttons are actually three-dimensional. Next, we'll slide this part of the template into an old plastic bag like this one. Then we'll seal all the sides but one using either a soldering tool, and I'll link the one I used in the description along with the main supplies I used for this project just in case, or you can use a regular iron instead. Finally, we'll simply slide the bottom card into the bag. Next, we'll print and cut this part. We'll fold it in half. And we'll use it to close the top of the little bag. Oh, and if you have a cutting machine or a pair of tiny scissors and lots of patience, you can even make a bunch of real mini buttons. I included some empty card designs just in case. To make a tiny thimble, we'll begin by grabbing a toothpick and trimming it like this. We'll sand the tip with a nail file to make it a bit more rounded. Then we'll wrap the toothpick with a little piece of plastic wrap. We'll dip the toothpick into some UV resin or white glue. Then we'll sand it lightly so that it gets this sort of half-cone shape. We'll paint the thimble silver, and I always like to start with a black base because I think it makes the final color look more metallic-y. Does that make sense? Finally, we'll paint some teeny tiny dots on the thimble using an awl or a very fine brush. Next, let's make a little needles pack. First, we'll cut this part a couple of times, and for this one, I suggest using cardstock from old packaging. It's totally free, fairly thick, and easy to cut. We'll glue the layers together this way so that we have a final piece that's around 1 millimeter thick. Next, we'll cut this part and we'll glue it to the previous one. Finally, we'll paint the entire piece with acrylics, and I recommend starting with a white base so the final color would look more even. Next, we'll grab some metal wire and we'll cut it into a few tiny pieces, each around 5 millimeters long. We'll glue these tiny needles to this part cut from copy paper. Then we'll cut the strip and we'll glue it on top of the needles this way. And I tried to draw the eye of the needles with a marker, but not my best work, I gotta say. At this point, we'll just have to combine these two parts together. To make a tiny pincushion, we'll grab that Q-tip tip that we saved earlier and we'll paint it with acrylics. Then we'll use an awl or a needle to kind of pull the cotton outwards like this. Next, we'll make some tiny pins, and since the metal wire I had was too thick for the pincushion, I used a bristle from an old brush. Painted it silver, cut it into pieces and stuck them into the cushion. Finally, we'll use some UV resin and acrylic paints to create the colored beads on top of the pins. Next, let's make a tiny working measuring tape. First, we'll print and cut this part and we'll glue it to a toothpick this way. Then we'll cut this part and we'll glue the two pieces to the opposite end of the measuring tape. We'll roll the tape around the toothpick, temporarily fixing it in place with a piece of poster putty. Next, we'll cut this part and glue the four pieces in pairs. Now, if you're using my free printable template, I suggest piercing this hole using an awl and a round file. Otherwise, if you have a cutting machine like a Cricut, a Silhouette, or an M1 Ultra like mine, you can use my digital templates, which are available in my shop, linked in the description. We'll sandwich the measuring tape in between these two discs. Then we'll cut the strip from liquid cardstock and we'll carefully glue it around the circles this way. And you can press the strip against a wet sponge to make it softer. At this point, we can trim the toothpick so it only sticks out a tiny bit on one side, and on the other side it's even with the cardstock. Finally, we'll paint everything with acrylics. Next up, a pair of scissors. First, we'll cut this part from metallic cardstock and we'll glue the two sides together this way. And just a little tip, you can often find metallic cardstock in food packaging. Next, we'll cut this part and we'll glue the two pieces together. We'll do the same for this part. Then we'll combine the three pieces together. At this point, we can paint the handle with acrylics. And if you want, you can finish with clear nail polish to add a bit of a shine. We'll make a second identical piece, then we'll use a flathead eye pin or even just a piece of metal wire to connect the two parts together. Lastly, we'll add a tiny drop of UV resin to the open end of the eye pin, just to make sure it doesn't slip out. It's finally time to make a tiny organizer for all our brand new sewing supplies. We'll start by cutting these parts and we'll glue them together, going from the biggest to the smallest. The final piece should be about 3 mm thick. We'll make a second identical piece. Then we'll cut this part 4 times and we'll glue all the layers in 2 groups, each around 1 mm thick. Next, we'll cut this part 3 or 4 times and we'll stack all the layers together. The final piece should be about 2 mm thick. We'll do the same for these parts, but these we'll have to make twice. At this point, we can combine all these pieces this way. Then we'll cut this part from liquid cardstock, and just like we did for the measuring tape, we'll dampen it with water and then we'll glue it around the parts we've just assembled. We'll glue the resulting piece to this one. Then we'll cut this part twice and we'll glue the sides together. We'll do the same for this part. Then we'll cut this one a few times and we'll stack all the layers into a group, each around 2 mm thick. We'll do the same for this part. And then we'll combine the elements like this. Next, we'll cut this part and we'll glue it along the inside edge of the piece we just put together. Finally, we'll wrap this part around the other edge. We'll glue this piece on top of the previous ones. Then we'll cut this part and we'll wrap it around the case this way. Finally, we'll cut this tiny strip and we'll glue it around the case, aligned at the top. Next, we'll cut this part twice and we'll glue the sides together. Then we'll cut this one 3 or 4 times and we'll stack all the layers together. The final piece should be around 2 mm thick. We'll combine these 2 parts together. And finally, we'll glue them to the piece we made at the beginning. To make a tiny drawer, we'll start by cutting this part 3 or 4 times and again we'll stack all the layers together. The final piece should be 2 mm thick. Then we'll cut this part a couple of times and we'll glue the 2 sides together. The resulting panel should be 1 mm thick. We'll do the same for this part, but this one we'll have to make 3 times. Finally, we'll combine the 5 pieces like this. And if you want, you can make a little knob using a tiny bead. At this point, we can use a bit of spackle to smooth out these steps in the lid and the base of our little organizer. Next, we'll cut this part from lightweight cardstock, and I actually glued it to a piece of fabric to make it a bit sturdier. Finally, we'll paint all the elements of our tiny sewing case with acrylics, again starting with a white base and then adding some color. Now we can attach the handle to the case using a couple of flathead eye pins or some metal wire. To make a little removable tray, we'll just have to cut this part twice and we'll glue two pieces together. We'll do the same for these parts and then we'll assemble them all like this. Next, we'll cut this part. We'll fold it like this. And then we'll glue it around the tray's base. Finally, we'll cut this part and we'll glue it over these little handles. We'll paint the tray with acrylics. And our tiny sewing kit is ready. Sorry for the long video, but I got a little carried away. As promised, here's a link to the free printable template, and if you'd like to add a tiny dress form to your dollhouse sewing room, the next video is just for you. And this is all for today. Until next time, bye!